Thank you, three of you. And finally, thank you everyone for joining in and welcome to Insights podcast by Grailmaker Innovations, where we bring you conversations from life, conversations from people. And in this podcast, I'm very excited to be and not just be hosting this podcast, but also knowing the stories from these two moms. On one hand, we have Kanchan Jain, and who is, mom of Kriya, and we'll know the story, how it all started and how ma'am brought Kriya up. And on the other hand, we have Anisha Mahanta. She has two little twins. I mean, I shouldn't be saying two little twins. Twins are twins. But anyway, she has twins, Rishan and Ridha. And she's a mother with low vision. So thank you. And then, of course, we have the daughter here, Kriya Jain. We'll be knowing her stories as well. So I'm very excited. And without any delay, let's start the show. Thank you, three of you again. And ma'am, Kanchan ma'am, my first question is to you. Can you take us back to the time in 2000, when Kriya was born, and you were discussing with me about what actually happened with Kriya, and then when you got to know about her visual impairment, how was the early intervention? How did the early intervention start? Could you walk us through that, please?
Okay. So, hello everybody. Kanchan here. And thank you, Aishwarya, for calling me here. It would be very nostalgic for me to share this journey. So coming to what you asked, how this journey started. Okay, I'll share what was my experience, my first experience when we diagnosed that, okay, in future Kriya might not be able to see the world. So when we first got to know this, somehow surprisingly, it was like the very first thing that came to me was not denial, it was acceptance. Even I don't know how it came, but it was the acceptance. And I remember my co-sister asking me that time, Kanchan, now what? And I was like, okay, I have about a little bit about visual impaired people or blind people. That time we used to this is the term that we use. So I had read about them, and somewhere that there's this something called Braille. Then there's something there. I had read about Helen Keller, and I was like, okay, they can be educated. Visually impaired children can be educated, and I had this strong belief that education is power. If a child can be educated, definitely she would lead a meaningful life. So somehow that acceptance came first. Luckily, I think so. And yeah, we did have our share of anxieties and the fears and all those things. But that came little later, as in when we faced life with her. But the first thing was acceptance, and I think that made a little bit of difference in how we approach things later, because we started asking what next, and then how it is to be done.
Mm. I can totally. Yeah, ma'am. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that is how it started. This journey started.
And I can totally understand that, ma'am, because when I was working as a counselor and I happened to counsel so many parents, and some of them, although you tell them there is, the facilities are there in education, they can be employed, they can be on par with others, it's very difficult to actually convince them at that moment. And the real change happens when, at that particular moment, they walk in with that. It's not like you got the whole future of the kid in front of them. But one thing at a time is what works with them, I feel. And I'm going to come back to you, ma'am, because I have a lot of questions for you. Now I'll come to the mother of the twins, Anisha.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Anisha Mahanta, and I'm very happy to be here today because as I have been, advocating for disability, changing and challenging perceptions, and trying to break the stereotype mentality when it comes to accessibility and inclusion. But today it is actually different. It is about how I'm living my life as a person with low vision, which I have acquired later in my life, and bringing up twins. That's the most difficult part. But yes, I'm enjoying thoroughly. Yes, Aishwarya.
Uh, I'm sure you are, Anisha. So, Anisha, my first question to you: how is that famous dialogue, "मैं माँ बनने वाली हूँ," that movie comes to you. So, how
Yeah.
was it for you when you got to know? Of course, it goes without saying that you would have been excited.
Yes.
But what was going through, in your head when it came to, let's say, your low vision? Did you have any concerns? कि ये कैसा होगा, वो कैसा होगा? Did you think about all that at that time?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Like as a mother, obviously the first emotion that comes is excitement. For me, it wasn't fear, but I was very overwhelmed because I was just thinking that God might take one part of it, but might give you so many things at the same time. And when I came to know it's twins, I was like overwhelmed, no doubt about that. But yes, a lot of concerns were there, as in, what the subconscious mind keeps on, talking behind, that, okay, now how will you deal with things? If they fight with this, if they want that, how will you give them immediately? Do you know that whether they are picking up the right thing or the wrong thing while they are started to crawl? So yes, all these things before I delivered also was in my mind, no doubt about that. But somehow that whole emotion of becoming a mother, like one step ahead, in life, it was
Mm.
just overwhelming, and I just couldn't take it more. Like I was just thanking God for giving me not one but two at a time. And God also understood ki, let her take this because she's capable of it. So yes, I was very happy. And concerns and thoughts, and the unpredictability of things, how will it
Mm.
happen, is always there till date today. But
Mm.
this is how, I think it was much more than what I actually thought. Even one thing I would also like to share is that there was always this fear that, will it pass? That's natural. I think it
Mm.
comes to everybody. Will my low vision, the condition that I have, will it pass to my children? But that was a
Mm.
major concern. But I spoke to many doctors. I consulted. I told them that this is the whole scenario. Then they were like very
Mm.
much supportive and assured me of the fact that this naturally does not pass actually. So nothing to worry as such. Every individual is born different with different settings, in life. So that gave me a lot of confidence. I was really happy. My doctors were very supportive. So yes, Ashwarya, it was really overwhelming and I was
Awesome.
very excited. Yeah.
Awesome, Manisha. In your case, I only think of interest dene wala jab bhi deta chappad part ke. And others really are like one kid enough, re baba, and the
Yeah,
process.
yeah.
Then you had twins. But I'm going to come back to you, Anisha. Ma'am, Kanchan ma'am, my question is to you next. You had briefly spoken about the rehabilitation, the process and all. Could you walk us through that? Like, how did you know that, okay, this is the, training that I need to give her at this age? Because the deciding factor is based on the training that you give, her future is going to be molded. So how was it for you? Because I've seen parents, uh, they don't want to give care to their kids. Why? Because what will the society think? What will the society say? How was it for you? Why you actually thought of, no, I need to give in this to my daughter, and I need to do this for her? What was it in that moment?
Yeah, so Aishwarya, actually, I feel we were a little fortunate when it because a pediatrician guided it on right time. Guided like
Mm.
so we were in Mumbai back then, and so every time like all the tests to be done, everything he guided us on right time, and we got all these got to meet all these people. And I remember when she was around 10 months of her age, so we realized she had delayed developments, like she would not sit up and then not walk and all. So that time we got connected with this NAB Mumbai people, right? So the rehabilitation center, right, that has played a very very big role in her, in this whole journey, I would say. Because now once we got connected, see the NAB in Mumbai, they had this system that teachers used to visit home, because the children were, they were infant, like Kriya was an infant, and taking her through that local train and traveling and all that, that becomes a little difficult in Mumbai. So but then they had the system of these teachers visiting home. So they helped us with everything, like daily living skills, the sensory developments, even the her feeding, like daily life. So most importantly, they not only taught Kriya, they taught us as parents. They guided us, and not only us, the how our whole family, because they all used to be there. So everybody became a support system. The rehab center, I would say, was the greatest like no support for us. Now we knew for any doubt throughout our life whom to ask.
Yeah.
So once I knew that, that gave us the confidence. Okay, and then every visit is there, that it boosted our confidence. And now coming to our education again, like the NAB people. But I think before that, yeah, as you said, you spoke about this cane. Okay, this is NAB people, they taught us this navigation, mobility skills, everything. But I still regret that. This is one regret. I would really like to go back and change that, but we did not practically use it. And I strongly feel now every child, even a toddler, I think practically should start using the cane. That is one thing I would have really changed if I could have. But anyways, but yeah, we got this training and all. As you said, cane training is very important part of it. I feel that strongly that would have made the mobility very easy for her. But I would suggest
Absolutely.
every new, like new, small kid, begin with that cane training first. The moment he or she starts walking, you should start using that. Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah, I would really give all the credits to the credit to the rehab center, the NAB Mumbai, and then coming to LV Prasad Hyderabad, because we moved to Hyderabad when she was some 4 year or 5 years old. Then after that, again, it has been a journey with LV Prasad Rehab.
Mm. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing that experience. Anisha, my next question is to you. So, I've had friends who, like for you, you have visual impairment, and I've known friends who are completely blind, and for them, in fact, I would say fear factors are like feeding the child, and whether like if, child, they don't stay in one place, they keep moving around, and suddenly they take a bug and put in their mouth. These are the literal facts of life, the realities
Correct.
that can happen to toddlers, infants, and all. So was there any experience like that with you? It may not be in relation to just low vision, but
Yeah.
did you have any experiences like that, and how did you feel at that time, and how did you cope up with that after post that incident?
Yeah. So yes, I have, there are a lot of incidences like those because, as any mother, that's, as you said, it happens with everybody. All the mothers are, I'm sure, very much, careful with their children when they are, picking up something, which is pointy or, which might harm them. But yes, for me, one, incident which actually happened, but it happened just like that, unknowingly, and it might have happened with any mother. But for me, one incident that happened was that, it was during the night time when we were all about to sleep. And, suddenly my son came running towards me. And I didn't notice because he was just behind me. And I just suddenly slammed the door. And a little bit of his finger got chipped off. And he was just 2.5 then.
Oh, oh,
Trust
oh.
me, Ashwarya, I was cursing myself so much that I was totally in a shock. I was just thinking maybe it is because of my low vision, it is because of this and that. But later on, thanks to all the mothers around me, these things aren't told usually. But when, the mothers came up and told, are you talking about this, Anisha? It's such a minute thing. My child fell off from the third floor. I was like, what are you saying? So, it's not about those things that as a person with low vision has to face as a mother, but it happens to all the
Mm,
moms. Yes, one such moment was that when I was really
mm,
feeling that, how could I miss him? He was just behind me. But obviously, if he's behind me, how can I see him also?
correct.
So, so these are few, incidences. Like the one of them which really has left a, scar in my mind was this, this incident which really
Mhm.
kept me shocked. Although I became extra careful after that. But yes, but yes, yeah.
But
This was one
I
thing which I
can totally imagine
remember.
what you must have. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Please go ahead, Anisha.
No, no, that's what I was just saying, that was one thing that I just, calmed myself down at the moment, thanks to God again, that I got this power of just retaining my compose, and I had took him immediately to emergency and got him, medicated. So thanks to that, that I also have got that calmness in me to deal better emergency wise, which is more essential rather than crying sitting there, what happened, how did it happen, and why did it happen, and all those things. But yes, that was one incident which actually shook me for a while, for quite some time.
Mm. I can totally imagine that, Anisha. I mean, what you must have gone through, but it's in the past, and
Yes.
your kids are like grown up now, and I'm sure, like you must be having beautiful moments with them, and hope that continues and stays that way. Thank you for sharing this. Back to you, ma'am, Kanchan ma'am. So, one of the things that parents wonder is whether I should get my child an admission in a mainstream school, or should it be some kind of special school where there are only children with visual impairment? And what they think is mainstream school, maybe the teachers may not understand, or maybe the students will push my child, they will not understand her visual impairment. There are pros and cons to both. But we know that you encouraged her education in a mainstream school. How was the process for you? Because schools usually, although the legally, like the paper, it says equal education for everyone. But how was that process for you, getting your child into a school and choosing to have her in main school? Could you share that, please?
Sure, sure. So yeah, again, when it comes to her schooling, NAB people played a very important role. It was they who told me that I can either admit her to a regular school or a special school. In fact, before that, I didn't even have this idea that I can get her into a regular school. A visually impaired child can study in a regular school. But this is, and already my elder daughter was studying in a mainstream school, and I wanted Kriya to have the same opportunities, and that is
Mm,
why we took this call of mainstream school. Now the problem in schools with India is that uh, they don't have special educators, most of the schools, I guess. So now how to take care of those special needs was a question. Now here the NAB people suggested me that I do a paraprofessional course, and I learned, it was some 2 months course. I learned braille, tailor frame, and all this, like, special skills that are needed for Kriya, so that she can attend a regular school. That will take care of her studies part. Now coming to schools, now this first thing, this course gave me real confidence. Look, okay, now I know how to approach her schooling. Now coming to
mm,
taking getting admission to school, one thing I feel I did right was, whenever I visited a school, because in Mumbai she attended two schools, and again here in Hyderabad she attended two schools, like she changed once. So whenever I took her for admission, I took her along with me, because I never wanted to go to the principal and ask them that, okay, I have a visually impaired child and didn't want it to, like, want to leave it to them to imagine what a visually impaired person would look like. Okay, I took her along, and the first impression that they met her, and it's like she's like any other child. She's as lively as any other child. So I did not leave it to their imagination, and I think I did that right. because whenever I used to take her, and then it was like, again I had this back this rehab center at my back, so I had this confidence. I went, I asked them, okay, she's my child, I want you to treat her like any other child, all your children.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to sit there, be included. The other special needs will be taken care of me with the help of my rehabs, our rehab center professionals. Then again, the experienced parents. I did not like no. I kept asking others also. I never like no stopped myself from asking questions. So now I knew rehab professionals are there, the experienced people are there. So I got that confidence, and then I admitted her to the school, and the admission became easy because the first they saw her, they felt okay, she's like any other child. And that is how everywhere, all the four schools, I got admissions. I got through the schools very easily. And again, of course, our confidence also helps a little bit, because I knew whenever I'll have questions, I'll go to these people, I'll ask them, and then I'll have the solutions. So that is how it worked. I think even after we shifted to Hyderabad, before moving to Hyderabad, I did my research. What is it like? How is the rehab center at Hyderabad? And I got to know about LV Prasad. And then again, okay, then I could take the decision. These people are there. I can move to Hyderabad, and whenever I'll have questions, I. So then it was like every year was a step. I never. If she's in sixth standard, I would only think about sixth standard. When she was in 10th standard, I was only think about 10th standard. Okay, now whatever problems are coming, I will just do a research. I'll ask people, and then we would be able to solve it. That is how it became a habit kind of thing.
Thank you, ma'am. And I would love to connect you to some of the parents who come, raising their concerns on that, because they need to hear you out. And, this video also will be on YouTube. And I hope many parents will listen to you. Thank you for sharing that. And now I'm going to Kriya. She must be wondering, Meko bulake, you're not even asking me anything. Well, Kriya, the question for you is, your mom has, she's been the one who supported you, in your childhood, built your confidence. How has that helped you? You are an independent woman today, you're working. And when you look back at your childhood, what were the things that you remember? Yes, this thing of this habit of my mom, that really encouraged me, made me what I am today. Are there any incidents like that? So, any experiences like that?
Uh, yes, Aishwarya, great question, first of all. And the the main thing is whatever I am able to do today is all because of my mom's support and her encouragement, I must say. And yeah, so there were like times whenever I felt nervous during my school or college days or during my education. She was always there behind me, and she had always supported me. So because of that, I could do everything, and so I, my confidence level is boosted because of her, I must say. So yeah.
Yeah, we can see that confidence in you, Priya, like because I've been around you, the way you lead people and talk to people, and thanks to your mom, and appreciating you for actually not giving up, because some children are, what, I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, I'm so happy to see both of you here, and it's really been, it's really my honor to get you both on one stage and ask you these questions. Well, now I move on to Anisha. Anisha, for you, like, how important was the family support, to have your spouse, to have your family, and how was it for you?
Yeah. My family, trust me, was very supportive all throughout because they were not their feet were not in the ground as soon as they heard that I'm pregnant. So they were really happy, and my family all throughout, starting from my husband to my parents to his parents, like my in-laws, everybody took turns, while they were growing up. So my husband has all the throughout has been very supportive, and he knew that some things, few things I might miss, or I might not understand that which is the best, how much 30 ml of milk or 60 ml of milk, all these things measured twice, so he was really ready all the time, because as it were twins, so there continuously there was a back to back process happening, the drama continues, the serial never ends.
Mm.
Till 2 years, I must say. So it was a continuous process, and yes, we were always helped and backed by our, parents. So yes, they were very much supportive all throughout, and I
That's
was
great.
I really got the good amount of also the rest which was required as a mother, because raising up twins, and that too, with two energetic twins who doesn't sit for a moment since the time they were born. I must tell you, they just crawl quickly. They started walking quickly. They just started running quickly. So everything was very quick with my babies. I think I remember once I went on vacation, and all the people around the hotel in the restaurant also say started to name my kids as quickie babies, because they are always all around the place. No one is able to catch them. So it was just they were just 1 year old. So you can imagine the energy, Yeah. So yeah, my family, my husband, yes, they have been constant support all throughout till date.
Yeah. I mean, family support is definitely important because,
Yeah.
however we think that we can do it ourselves, even not just for visually impaired, I feel, it's for
Yeah,
any
yes, for everyone. Yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's the case of every home. Thanks,
Thank you.
Anisha. Thank you for sharing that. Ma'am, Kanchan ma'am, and a question to you is, parents become very protective in general, and vision impairment adds another layer to it. And Kriya being a girl,
Yeah.
I see that she takes her cane, takes books Uber, and then she travels in metro. I've heard a lot from other sources that Kriya is one person that they know that who takes metro. So how do you balance that protection and letting her be independent, ma'am?
So Ashwarya, I don't think I have a perfect answer for this. Because when she travels alone, I worry. Definitely. Every parent does, in fact. And yeah, being a girl child, definitely there is one more layer to it. And but then I ask myself, like, if I keep saying no to her because I am scared, then how will she become independent? And believe me, I learned this from Kriya only, because
Hmm.
when she wanted to, I think, to join her job, and because of her job, in the beginning, she wanted to travel, she had to travel by metro, and we were really worried. In fact, her office also wouldn't allow her for that. But then she was like, Mama, if I don't do it, how will I learn? And
Hmm.
this, he was right in her place. And so now what happens is, whenever what we do is, of course, this worry is there, the safety concern is there. So, and believe me, we learn a lot from you, Ashwarya. Because we keep following you every write up of your, especially on this mobility thing, and like Kriya gets inspired from you. So
Oh.
yeah, whenever something new comes up, we don't ask, can she do it? Because she has to do it.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
only thing we
Hmm.
ask is, how can we do it? Or how can she
Hmm.
do it? Of course, during her school time, she had her bus, school bus. Then her college, we had hired an auto. Now coming to office, she goes to office in the office cab, but she returns in the Uber cab. And now again, when she traveled first time in the Uber, we had to gather courage. We discussed. We thought of every steps like that she has to take care of. And
Hmm.
then this is how it works. Like every time, if something new is there, we had to think of so many things that are not even like just we not even seen. We have to foresee them. and then
Absolutely.
think of it and okay, take the safety precautions first, explain her the things, and then so the first Uber cab was like okay, how she will do it, how she will do it, and then now she's used to it.
Oh, great.
But
Great.
still, she has to go a long way. We have to go a long way. Again, as I said, the cane part is very, very important. Um, I really want to give this message to every like parent again, once again, that start giving cane to your children, visually impaired children.
Mm, mm.
It's really
Thank you, ma'am.
important.
Thank you. Thank you for that message, ma'am. What I really loved about your relationship is, of course, you have nurtured Kriya, making her independent, and then Kriya one day comes and says, ki, I want to do this, going alone. And the beauty of it is you didn't say no. You had her try it, and she has been successful. So I feel it's also a learning process from both the ends. And
Yes.
your story is like a testament of that statement. Thank you, ma'am. Anisha, my question is to you next. So, Anisha, your children are 4 years now, okay? And I have a friend who's had a daughter, who has a daughter. I mean, she was born in 2008. And when she was growing up and all, of course, my friend had to take care of her. But it seems when she was 5, 6 years old, when they would go to a shopping mall and my friend would be walking by, and this little one would pull her mother to one side. And my friend would think, did she find a toy or something? And
Yeah.
then the little one says, no, mama, वहाँ तो कांच का दरवाजा है. You know?
Sure. Very true. Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Has there been any incidents for you, Anisha, where your kids at this young age they learn that mama has something to do with her eyes, and do they in a different means they come and assist you or have interactions with you?
Yeah. So the same incident that you're talking about, it happened with me also. So I right now I should say they are my guide. Where I go. So basically, if I'm trying to go on the other side, they will say, "Mama, the door is on that side." So yeah, that really happens. It's quite. It has become a normal for me now. Although when Kanchan ma'am was also talking about her daughter and everything, I could really relate it well as like my mom speaking, because my mom had undergone the same phase while bringing me up, and she is also here in this meeting today, and I really thank her all the time. That she has got that patience, because I was not born as a person with vision impairment. I acquired it at the age of 16, all of a sudden one wrong day where, some due to some wrong treatment, this happened. But, after that, the life that I led, the before that I could see everything. I was just so, enthusiastic about everything in life. And suddenly when your legs are in reins and you can't do anything, so that phase, and how it's not about my journey alone, it's also about my parents. My parents has tried and seen me, like how I was independent and now how dependent I have become. So yeah, so it is, I can understand all of those. And now when my children are growing up, I have nurtured and started to train them in such a way that they know that I have a certain issue with my vision, which actually is low, but I can see, but still it's not there. So it's like a mystery kind of thing for them. So they know that my mom can see, yet she can't see. But they are always in that doubt that mama will see us doing this mischief. So they're always in that doubt. So it's quite funny. I have taken it in a very different angle altogether, like making my laugh more lighter than making it more heavier. And always, I've already accepted my vision impairment long back. I've already fought it. It's been 20 years now. But yes, but yeah, I can see my children also adapting to my ways, how they are helping me. For example, now right now during the night time when I have to read storybooks to them. Now, whenever their father opens up a storybook, he just reads it like that, just like that, right? Like any other normal person too. But for me, when they come with a storybook, Mama, please read this book for me. So they see me opening my app, like I have an app in my mobile phone. So they see me opening that app and immediately reading it out. So when they see
Mm.
that, immediately now they are so used to it. Like when they come to the bed with me, both of them, I'm the one who makes them sleep at the same time together. So they come to me with books and they come with me with my mobile phone also. Like, Mama, take this mobile, take the storybook. We want to hear this, story from you. So this is how I have been training my kids as well at the same time, so that they understand like what are my requirements, where I can be, where how much they can get from me as well, and how much I can give them. So few
Absolutely.
the demands are also such that they know that Mama might not feeling be comfortable enough to do this. So let's go and Papa. So that's how they are, getting adapted to my situation. But yes, again, everything comes down, where it was before, how it was before, how independent I was before, and how my mom has really pushed me hard so far. And right now, when I was hearing Kanchan ma'am talk about her daughter as well, traveling business. So
Mm.
basically, I'm from Assam. I have completed my master's in, Guwahati University in English literature. That till that moment, I was really following and going along, tagging along with my friend. But yes, my friend, I hope she's also here, Mayuri Pathak. So I used to always her. So, yeah, we used to come along. I have another friend called, Shidaz. So we always used to come together. So, but till then, I wasn't traveling alone. First thing,
Mm.
I was at the time I was still trying to accept it because I was not feeling that, till now nothing has happened to me. I couldn't accept it. The acceptance was not till 100%. But later on, when in Bangalore, when after marriage I came down here, I travel everywhere alone. In
Mm.
Ubers, in metros, in buses, in streets. And when this happened, when I call and tell Mama asks me, "Ki, Beta, where are you? How are you traveling?" So when I tell her, she's always in a heart palpitation mode. Are you safe? Where? Have you reached office? Have you come back home? Is it fine? So that's what has happened. And I never used to tell anything to my dad. Now my dad has passed away, but he would
Mm.
have. I'm sure he would have come down to Bangalore to drag me to office. So that thing is always there, like traveling
Mm.
alone. That they have. And I think they are not at all in the acceptance mode that I'm traveling alone today also. So I go for office. I
Okay.
start going for office, and it's been 10 years now. I'm traveling all by my own. And if you don't accept and don't push yourself, you will not be independent. I'm not blaming my parents for that, but yeah, that sense
Mm.
of fear, like Kanchan ma'am also has, right? So that sense of
Yeah.
fear always remains with every mother, I guess, in that sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks,
Definitely.
Anisha. Thank
I would
you.
like to add a little bit over here. I
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about your father. Now let me like my Kriya's father, my husband. Whenever every ride, Kriya shares it in the group, in our family group,
Yeah.
and my husband, like till the day she from high tech city to here, she takes 1.5 year to travel, and my husband will keep checking that ride during that whole time.
Yes.
That is how it is. But still, yes, we all are getting adapted to it, as you say. Even parents have to get adapted, even the children have to get adapted. That is how it works.
Yes.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks for that insight. Given the time, I'll be cutting short few questions. So, ma'am, my next question is to you. I've known Kriya, not just, a wonderful, student. Now she's working as a financial analyst. And another, people who don't know about this, Kriya is an awesome singer. Go follow her Instagram page. Kriya, I'm shouting out to you. So, and you can tell your Insta page when it comes to you because I'm going to come back to you. So I'm sure you feel very proud as a mother, ma'am. Like all those challenges, what you have gone through, and those difficult times, I'm sure you'd be feeling like, yes, all this is worth it to see her like this. So, what is your message to the parents, ma'am? Which is very important because you have been there, done that. What would be your message to them?
So yeah, Aishwarya, I would really, this music part from Kriya makes me really happy. So when I love to talk about it. So when I would like to throw focus on this. Once we got to know that okay, Kriya has good rhythm and all, I tried encouraging her for her singing. Now I have what I've seen in that. See, once your child starts performing, it's not needed necessary that it should be only music. It's a myth that blind like people generally assume that okay, once if someone is blind, they should be good with music. It's not like that. Every child has different strengths, different passions, and that it was music for Kriya. So once we realized that, and I saw her performing when she started performing in school, she started singing, and the stage confidence, the confidence that she got through that is that was a plus point. Now once see, if you the curriculum, the academics, it is general for you, but if a child has some passion or some talent, I always tell this. This is the message that I would really. Always used to tell this to Kriya. And I would like to tell this to other parents. Although I used to tell this to Kriya. Make your strength so strong that people notice your strengths before your limitations. Right. So I used to tell this. Okay, Virat Kohli ko dekh ke, you know his batting. You don't know what he can't do.
Yeah.
Now, this singing part, see, it has given her an identity because talent is something individual to you. So, for any parent, just find out that talent and nurture it because that gives you a unique identity. Now, people know her as singer.
Absolutely.
Okay, besides her job or anything, people know her as singer, and this gives her a unique identity.
Mm.
So any talent that your child has, try to nurture it. That gives awesome confidence. It gives her the opportunities, the stage confidence that she has, the appreciations that they get for that, and that builds their confidence.
Hmm.
Mm. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that awesome message. And I really hope, parents do think about it and, they let them do, in a very protective way, of course, but they let them see their dreams come true. Thank you for that. Anisha, now to you. I have like two things. One is, what is your message to those mothers who, especially with visual impairment, what is your message to those mothers who are considering having a child? That is one question. And second question is, I know Rishan and Ridha are tiny Tony now, but let's say after 50,
Yes.
on YouTube, let's say after 15 years as watching this video. Okay, so what would be your message to them?
Yes, right. So, for mothers who are really considering about, children, I think they should, because, disability is one part of it. And, going through a phase of motherhood is a different ball game altogether. That has nothing to do with your disability. All the mothers, I'm sure, with disability or without disability, are adapt to this whole phase of motherhood. So I don't think so there is any reason that you should not consider for children or thinking about children. You can do it. जब
Mm,
होता है तो हो ही जाएगा. That is always there. You shouldn't get scared, or you shouldn't be skeptical about it anyway, because
mm,
when this low vision thing happened to me, I wasn't prepared. It came to me, I accepted it, right? And it is a whole
mm,
game changer. So it happens. It's just things come in a way you have to accept it. And these are is the best part women's life and a motherhood, being a mother. So
mm,
nothing to think about it twice. It's nothing wrong. And yes, like with the second part that you've asked, like when Rishan and Rida will be listening to this podcast after 15 years, I would really want to listen not only to my voice but understand me very nicely. That I have made excuses in my life. I haven't stopped accepting the challenges in my life. I have already always accepted challenges. Rather, I have challenged myself more than I can expect. So I had now become a very adventurous person after that. I have done everybody was scared of me, thinking that, how will she do it? But I was more than I thought. I have performed in stages. I am a theater artist also. So I have done everything. And in that theater, for example, I would like to say this also, none of them were person with any kind of disability. I stood there saying that I'm a person with vision impairment. I want to do theater. So I am here and my passion is theater. So, this is how I have challenged myself. I have gone left office quickly. I have gone for practices, rehearsals, came back at around 10 p.m. in the night. So all these things have happened. So I haven't made any excuses in my life, or I haven't left my passions or, my dreams to die behind me. I have always chased them, rather, and chased them in a more, faster way, that I can do this. I can do everything. I have been to places alone. I've traveled. I've even done scuba diving, which people like think, "Hey, why
Wow.
this girl is going for all these things, man?" But yes, but I love to challenge myself. I want to experience things. What can be more wrong? If something has to happen, it will happen. So can't wait for the worst things to happen in life, right? So never make
Absolutely.
excuses. Never stop challenging yourself. Try and see that what you can do better. So that's what I would really want my children, if they are listening to this after 15 years, as you say. Yeah, learn this and keep this in your mind, that your mother never said no to anything. At least,
Beautiful, Anisha.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're saying something, at
Yeah, that's
least.
what I was just saying, that life gives you so many things. You just need to
Yeah,
understand, which is the best thing that you can do it for yourself. So
that's
yes.
so true. I'm having goosebumps listening to you. You'll make your children cry whenever,
Yes,
this
then
part.
also I would like to add something here, Aishwarya. I also have started a new Insta page where it's called bevocal.125. So if really
Wow.
wants to get inspired and understand about disability, inclusion and accessibility, and also about communication, right? Like, I'm also a communication coach. So you can please follow the page. I would love my audience.
Absolutely.
Follow
Lovely.
me.
And if you could please share your Insta link in the
Sure.
chat, that would
Sure,
be
sure,
great,
sure.
because then people will directly click the link. Thank you, Anisha. And now the last question to Kriya. So, Kriya, tell us, um, describe your mom in 3 words, and one of them could be surprising to her. How would you describe her?
Okay. Okay. I think 3 words are not enough to describe her. But if I would describe her in 3 words, I think she is my biggest strength. Apart from that, the positive attitude, which, her positive attitude towards life really inspires me. And uh, her confidence to in all the in any of the situations, she's like very confident in dealing with the situations. And I must say, about the positive attitude which I had mentioned earlier, I think I've learned from her how to stay positive in every situation. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. I think after this show, I'm going to have some tears in my eyes, because this is so beautiful. I mean, I'm not mocking it, but, to have these emotions come out, I'm so happy that I got the three of you on this podcast. And now the participants must be thinking, this female asks all the questions. Why don't she let us ask? So I'm going to open the Q&A by the participants. So, guys, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Or if you're not comfortable with that, you type in your questions in the comments. My colleague Roshan will read it out to us. Anyone up there? Okay. Are there any comments in the section? Chat? You want to read them out if there are any? No chats.
Meeting details button. All feature noted. Main landmark. More
We'll just
options.
wait for
Animations
one
menu button.
minute.
By that time, if you allow me, Aishwarya,
or
I
recording.
just
Yes, ma'am.
remembered this one thing, and I would like to add here. By the time I
Next
think
area TV to
someone is
more options for
completed with
bin
the
manager
question,
Asman. More options
first
for
I would
manager
like to
Asman.
really
Bin
appreciate
emphasis.
Anisha. And I
More
remember,
options.
and whenever
Super
she's talking, I remember my journey with Priya, and it has been wonderful. Now I remember one thing, as you we spoke about not telling no to them. Actually, when Kriya was young and she was very like she loved music,
More
so
options.
they
Splitting a
have
tab.
dance
More
classes
options.
in her
Kids center.
school.
Black.
And once she
Video
came
main
to me
laptop.
and
Bin
she was like,
main
I
screen.
want to dance. I love that music, but I don't dance. I just sit there because I feel it's
Bin clear
awkward
game.
because I don't
More
know how to
options.
dance.
User profile
And
picture.
then I
Refrain
told her,
button.
see,
Background
if
habit.
you really want to enjoy, because dance can be like no, like you can be just it can make you stress free. So if you really want to enjoy, don't bother about how it will look. And I told her I would teach you a few steps. You understand rhythm
Okay.
already. So I taught her
Mm-hmm.
a few steps, and now that you and both of us actually, even I love to dance. Now both of us are Garba lovers. So I taught her some 2 3 steps, and now believe me, every Navratri she's so excited. She plays Garba with me almost for 2 hours, more than 2 hours. Continuously, she plays. She catches that rhythm so well. So that is how. Now,
Lovely.
had I said no at that time, it will look awkward or something. This would not have happened. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely never say no. Just try to find out how it is to be done.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. And Roshan, if there are no questions, I actually want Kriya to sing 2 lines. Are there any questions? Yes, please. Anu, you can ask your question, please.
Yeah, thanks, actually. It was a lovely session, and truly hearing the story of Kanchan and Priya, Kanchan ma'am, and talking about her journey and advices are really meaningful. And thanks a lot for sharing. And Anisha, long time. So happy to see you here. So, I mean, the stories that you shared are really, really nice, and I really hope you guys are doing well. And just a quick question, right? So, you were talking about your hesitations on the condition passing on to your child, right? So, and you having this assurance from the doctors and medical advices that you got. Just a quick question, without going into detail much, but just to understand, is this because this is genetic, the genetic condition that you have, and that you are worried that it would pass on to your children, and is that the assurance that you got from the doctors?
Thanks for asking me that questions. Yeah, so this is not a genetic condition, Anup. It just happened to me, because of a wrong medication. It was a wrong treatment done,
Mm,
and it just happened. So that's why I was just a bit skeptical, because since it happened to me, I was just
mm,
thinking that again, if because I'll conceive, is there any
mm,
correlation as such that it passes through on
Shift
blood,
geometry
through
sector.
blood, and it goes into their, eyes also. So that's what
yeah.
actually concerned me a lot for conceiving. But that's
Mm,
what even my mom and my whole entire family keeps on wondering, like, where did she get this from? Because no
mm,
one in our entire family, not in my father's side, not in my mother's side, have got any such condition or
mm,
any disability as such. So
mm.
it was just me, like a champion, introducing a new phase to everybody. So yeah, that's why I was a bit skeptical, since maybe I have started with this particular thing. It might pass on through, some
Mail
reason
with
here and
access
there.
in chat. Follow
So that's why, I was just concerned about that only.
Hey,
Otherwise,
if I may ask you, right? Uh, have you ever done a genetic testing?
yes, I have done. Yes, it
Okay,
was done before. I was again myself very skeptical, so I had done that. So in fact,
and
our
that gave you
doctor,
assurance.
yes,
Uh-huh.
it gave me an assurance that it's
Wonderful,
yeah,
wonderful.
correct. Because
But then, like,
trust me, I was very scared, but yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
I remember speaking to you. I think when you had the twins. So lovely to see you after a long time, and that you guys are doing so well. So
I am really shocked that you are here. So I'm really happy to talk to you also. Thanks. I hope you're doing great as well.
I'm doing good. Thank you so much, Anisha.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. We'll
Anu.
connect.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Definitely.
Any more questions, Roshan? Okay. Kriya, the stage is yours. So we'll end with your song. And you can sing like 2, 3 lines. And yes, then we'll close the show.
Okay, sure.
And it's not so
So
set.
yeah, there is this one of my favorite songs from this movie, Bajaj
Not
Bhaijan,
so set in
and
chat.
so yeah, I think
DDS
that.
slash www.instagram.com slash memotral.125 inch equals MTYMZ.
हाथ तेरे हैं ना ढूंढते तेरी गली मुझको घर मिला बुदाना मेरा हाथ तेरे हैं ना ढूंढते तेरा खुदा मुझको रब मिला तू जो मिला लो हो गया मैं काबिल तू जो मिला तू हो गया सब हासिल हाँ मुश्किल सही आसा हुई
Anisha Mahanta has left the
मंजिल
meeting.
क्योंकि तू धड़कन मैं दिल थैंक यू
Oh, lovely.
Awesome.
Okay,
So
lovely.
Awesome.
Insta ID also so that everyone can follow. You will gain more followers now. So many followers.
Oh, yes, for sure. So my Insta handle is musically Kriya. You can search me with this handle, or you can just search my name on Instagram, Kriya Jain. So you would find my ID over there.
Thank you, Kriya, and thanks all, Kanchan
Naman
ma'am,
Parrot has
Kriya,
left
and
the meeting.
Anisha. It has been an amazing experience. I could just go on, have this podcast, for more hours, but
I know. Actually,
unfortunately,
just to cut you here, sorry, my bad. But I have, I think my Insta handle is there in the chat, so I think people can just follow. Yeah, it's called
Sure,
Vivo
sure,
dot 125.
sure, please. I mean, yes, please follow Kriya and Anisha because we need to hear more of them. Thank you so much, the three of you. It has been amazing to have you all here. And thank you all the participants. And this is Insights by Grailmaker Innovations. We bring to you such stories, and we also, if you want to be a part of a broadcast list where you can get messages about such events, do send your number. I'm also sharing, Roshan will be sharing details of our YouTube, LinkedIn, and things like that. You can follow us there because this video will be soon on YouTube. And the number you can reach out to is 8520 818879. I repeat, 8520 818879. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend of it, all of you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Aishwarya.
Thanks, Aishwarya. My daughter is popping in. So yeah. Hello. Say hi. Okay. My son is also here. He's also trying to pop in. Look,
Anisha, listening to you.
yes. Hi, Anisha. Yeah, they're just trying to pop in at the end moment.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you so
Aishwarya.
much.
Thank you, Aishwarya.
Thank
Nice
you,
meeting you,
Aishwarya.
Kanchan and Kriya, ma'am. Nice, lovely.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Ashwin Parrot has
Yeah.
left the meeting.